Hi, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound and welcome to this video. I'm doing the Never Have I Ever video, which was started by Jodi of JodisPolish. She said it wasn't a tag video but that anyone could do it, so it sort of is a tag video, and a number of people have been doing it since. It's such a fun one, I wanted to jump on and do it as well. But before we start on that, here's the polish that's on my nails in this video, and it is Lavender by China Glaze. Alright, so on to the first question. Never have I ever swatched a polish in the store? Well, for this one, the answer for me is a no. I have not actually swatched a nail polish in the store, but I have opened it to have a look to make sure that the polish was okay and that the cap was okay, and I do this at the checkout and ask if it is okay for me to do that before I buy it. The second one is never have I ever spent more than $20 on a nail polish. And by today's conversion rate, that is equal to £14.42. Well, the answer to this one is yes, and most people who answer yes to this question I expect have the same polish, and it is Rouge Louboutin by Christian Louboutin. I do love this polish and I love the bottle and the packaging. It was a treat polish for me. I would normally not spend more than about £12 on a nail polish. That's about my limit. I prefer to spend a little bit less, but this was a one-off exception and it is a bit of a statement piece. It looks beautiful up on the shelf. And I do actually use this polish. Everyone asks, is it difficult to use the cap? I don't find it that difficult to use because you're only really holding on to the bit at the end, which is like a little bit thicker than a normal cap. The only difficulty really is if you're trying to film yourself using this polish and then the other end of the cap gets in the way of the camera. So I tend to get this one out at Christmas, and here are the last two Christmas manicures that I have done with it. The next one is never have I ever intentionally purchased more than two of the same nail polish. So discounting base and top coats, I have done this on a surprisingly large number of occasions. So you better strap yourself in for this one. First of all, we've got the three polishes that I still have more than two of. And the first of these is this discontinued, very pretty rose quartz glitter topper from Barry M. It's a lovely holographic rose topper and I absolutely adore this. You can see that this bottle is nearly at the end, and I've got two others in my backup drawer. And then we have got Crystalline by L'Oreal, and I have got another two bottles of this in my backup drawer as well, but this one is in my project polish and is nearly done. And then the last one that I still have more than two bottles of is this old Barry M nail polish in the foil effect in silver, and I use this as my silver stamping polish. So I believe all three of these are discontinued, and I hope that justifies me having bought more than two of them. So moving on to the polishes that I bought more than two of, but I only have two remaining in my collection. First of all, we have the original formulation of Max Factor's Fantasy Fire. This is a unicorn pea polish, and I did have three bottles of this, but I gave one away to Nika and kept the other two for myself. I do use it. How much I'll use it when I'm down to one bottle, I don't know, but I do enjoy this polish. The next one is my favourite OPI ever, and this is Alcatraz Rocks, and I did have three of these, but then when I was looking at what I had and thinking about destashing one of them, I found that the one that was in my rotation had dried up and gone very gloopy, so I put that one into the bin and pulled out one of my backups. I do find that these liquid sand polishes do dry up quite easily. Then we have one of my favourite toppers ever, and it's Pirouette My Whistle by OPI. Absolutely love this one. I've got one and a bit full size bottles left, and I've already used up a mini of this. And then we have Maybelline's Lilac Charm, and this is my favourite lilac polish, and I'm not sure if this one's still available. I picked up a couple when I saw them on eBay, and I have used up one full-size bottle of this polish as well. And then finally we've got a couple of these clear Sally Hansen Insta Dries. I bought these thinking that I could use them for water marbling. They don't work very well for that because they dry too quickly. The clue was on the label there, really, wasn't it? But I have kept them because they're really useful for making decals with. And then finally we have this Sally Hansen Diamond Strength in the colour Black Tie, and this one is a beautiful oil slick multi-chrome, and I bought this at the time when I didn't have many multi-chromes in my collection. They were quite difficult to get hold of, and the only way I could get this one was by importing 3 bottles of it from America, so then I have destashed the other 2 bottles. Next question is, never have I ever purchased a polish and regretted it? Well, of course, this is a yes. I think pretty much everybody would have. I destash any polish that I buy and then regret, and this is the latest one that falls into that category, sitting in my destash pile at the moment. It's Afterglow by Orally. I really love this polish. It's absolutely beautiful. Nothing wrong with the polish at all. It's just I should know by now that I cannot wear this type of colour, but I keep seeing them on other people and thinking how beautiful they are, ordering them and being disappointed when I get them and find that they don't suit me. So this is the last one that I have purchased and regretted. The next one is, never have I ever sold a polish. Yes, I have sold a polish. I mentioned just now about the destash pile. I'm waiting for lockdown to be lifted again so that I can start listing these and selling them. And this is the current couple of boxes of polishes that I have that I need to get around to listing for sale on my destash page or on Facebook. Next one is, never have I ever driven to multiple stores to find a collection. I have never done this myself. I don't buy full collections very often, and I do most of my purchasing online. And the next one is, never have I ever had a polish dry out because I forgot to tighten the cap. Maybe. I don't know. I have certainly forgotten to tighten the caps completely on a few occasions and got away with it, but I have found some dried out polishes when I've gone back to wear them, and I'm not sure if they've just dried out anyway. I don't remember the cap being loose on them when I found them, but it's possible that I might have done this. Next one is, never have I ever purchased a polish that did not have a brush. I've never done this. I've seen other people have had it happen to them, but as far as I remember, that's never happened to me. Never have I ever set an alarm for a release or restock. Of course I have. I think that most of us have done that. The last 2 occasions I did it was for the January polish pickup, and before that the Hollow Taco Rainbow Box Collection release. So I don't do it that often, just when there are things that are only available for a limited amount of time, or that I know might sell out quite quickly. Next one is, never have I ever broken a polish. I've never done this. I have dropped a few bottles and spilt nail polish on the carpet. It's usually black stamping polishes as well. Can you imagine the mess? But I've never actually broken a nail polish bottle, but I have bought one where not the bottle but the cap was broken, and this is Duck by Model Zone. And if you saw my video on speckled polishes, you'll know that I managed to save this polish and put it into another bottle. But this experience is the reason why I do now open nail polish bottles to check the cap and the bottle are okay when I'm buying them in a shop. Then we have never have I ever purchased a collection for review and never reviewed it. I don't actually buy polishes to review and only purchase those that I really want to own. So that one's a no for me. And the last one is never have I ever finished a top coat before purchasing more. And a few of us have been struggling a bit with this one. If it's a trick question to see if you're a true nail polish addict and you do actually purchase more top coat before you run out, for which the answer is that yes, I think most of us do have backups of top coat, because imagine the stress if you had run out. Do I always buy one when I finish one? No, because I have got multiple bottles most of the time, but I also don't always buy a new one when I finish one, as I have got multiple bottles. So not sure what the answer to this one should be. You decide. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have enjoyed it, then do have a look in my description bar. I'll add some links of other people I know that have done it, and I hope you'll give me a like and a subscribe, and that I will see you again in my next video. Thanks for watching.